What if the only thing standing between you and everything you've ever wanted is you? Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they lack the discipline to keep going when things get hard. Elon Musk didn't build multiple billion-dollar companies because he waited for inspiration. He forced himself to act, even when everything was stacked against him. If you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or like your dreams are slipping away, this is the wake-up call you've been waiting for. Elon Musk has a powerful mindset most people overlook. While others are waiting to feel ready, he's already moved. While others are lost in planning, he's executing. This isn't magic. It's not luck. It's a habita daily decision to push, to grow, and to never let temporary feelings dictate permanent outcomes. In the early days of SpaceX, Musk poured every last dollar he had into rockets that kept exploding. People mocked him. Experts called it a doomed venture. But Elon had already made the decision. He was all in. No fallback, no excuses. Just raw, relentless pressure on himself to figure it out. That pressure forged success. The truth is, desire alone changes nothing. Everyone wants to be rich, happy, respected, but only the few who force themselves through pain, doubt, boredom, and fear actually cross the finish line. Musk doesn't just dream big, he backs it up with extreme action. That's the lesson. So, how do you force yourself to get everything you desire? You train your brain to obey, not negotiate. Your alarm goes off, get up. Your goals demand sacrifice, pay the price. Your business needs work, do it. Stop waiting for motivation. Become your own command center. Here's what Elon mastered early on. He made discomfort his ally. Most people run from discomfort. Elon runs into it. Want to start a company? You'll be broke, stressed, and doubted for years. Want to change the world? You'll lose sleep, face lawsuits, and risk everything. Elon accepted that, embraced it. That's why he wins. When asked why he works 100 hours per week, he didn't talk about money. He said, if other people are putting in 40 hours and you're putting in 100, you will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve. That's not motivation, that's math. That's discipline. That's forcing yourself forward. Think about what you want right now, really want. A successful business? A transformed body? Financial freedom? Now ask yourself, are you forcing yourself to do what's required, or are you waiting for it to feel easier? Because if you're waiting, you're losing time you'll never get back. Elon didn't start Tesla with a manual. He didn't know every answer when he began building rockets, but he started. He forced himself to learn, adapt, and evolve. You don't need a perfect plan, you need perfect resolve. You need the guts to act, even when it's terrifying. Most of us let fear dictate our choices. Not Musk. He says, when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. That mindset alone changes the game. If you adopt it, you become unstoppable, not because things get easier, but because you get stronger. You can achieve everything you desire, but it will cost you. Time, comfort, security, relationships. Are you willing to pay that price? Because Musk was, and still is. And every day he continues to bet on himself, not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. So from this day forward, don't just want more, demand it. From yourself, push yourself, discipline yourself. When your mind says rest, answer with one more rep. When fear whispers wait, shout back, go. You already have what it takes, you just have to force it out of you. This is your edge, your fire, your Elon-level mindset. Burn the excuses, raise the bar. Force yourself to get everything you desire because nobody else will do it for you. Every single moment you hesitate, someone else is moving, someone else is building, someone else is claiming the future you say you want. Elon Musk doesn't pause when things get uncertain, he doubles down. That's not arrogance, that's clarity. If you want to win at a level the world can't ignore, you have to force yourself to act with that same ruthless clarity even when your confidence is gone. You see, the average person waits for perfect timing, waits for the right connections, waits to feel motivated. Elon Musk does the opposite. He removes the luxury of waiting. He builds under pressure. He launches ideas before the world is ready. He forces momentum. When Musk was trying to build Tesla, he didn't have a major car company's backing. He didn't have support from the auto industry. In fact, they laughed at him. A man with no auto background, no dealership network, trying to reinvent the car? They said it was impossible. But impossible is just a wall-end. Musk has made a career out of running through walls. He risked everything, sold his own possessions, slept on the factory floor, worked 20-hour days. Not for show, but because he was obsessed with the mission. That's what it takes. Not casual interest, not soft goals, not wishful thinking. Obsession, intensity, relentless forward motion. When most people fold under doubt, Elon tightens the grip. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You will never rise to your full potential until you force yourself into situations where you either grow or collapse. There is no safety net when you're playing for greatness. Musk bet his fortune and reputation on ideas that failed multiple times before they worked. He was ready to lose it all. Why? Because he believed the outcome was worth the risk. You want more out of life? Then stop playing it safe. Stop protecting your comfort zone. Comfort never created anything extraordinary. You have to put yourself in environments where success isn't optional, it's required. Where showing up isn't enough, you must perform. This is how Elon thinks. He removes the option of failure by making the consequences of failure unbearable. When SpaceX's third launch failed, he was nearly bankrupt. One more failure would have ended everything. And yet still went for the fourth launch, because he knew betting on himself, even with empty pockets, was still a better path than living with regret. Most people would have quit. Elon leaned in. That's the lesson. When the pressure rises, don't escape it. Use it. Let it mold you. Let it force you to grow. The human brain is designed to adapt under pressure, but only if you allow it, only if you stop running. The most dangerous mindset in the world is, someday. Someday I'll start that business. Someday I'll change my life. Someday I'll take the risk. Elon Musk doesn't live in someday. He lives in now, and that's why he wins. There's a myth that Musk is superhuman, that his success is unreachable, but Elon himself would disagree. He says, I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. The key word? Choose. Success isn't about being born with something special. It's about choosing the hard path every day, especially when it hurts. So, how do you force yourself to get what you desire? You build systems that don't rely on willpower. Elon breaks big goals into specific problems. He doesn't say, I want to build electric cars. He says, how can I build a battery that lasts longer and charges faster? Specific action creates real results. You must do the same. Break your dreams down. What are the core pieces you need to build? What are the non-negotiables? Then design your life around executing those relentlessly, no matter how you feel. And when the doubt creeps in because it will don't listen, Elon doesn't avoid fear. He moves through it. He questions everything, including his own assumptions. That's another Musk strategy. Intellectual honesty. If something isn't working, don't lie to yourself. Fix it. Move faster. Think deeper. Work harder. You already have the power to change everything in your life. It's not out there. It's in the choices you make daily. Stop chasing shortcuts. Build strength. Build grit. Force yourself to show up every single day, whether it's fun or not. That's the edge. Elon Musk became one of the most influential figures in modern history, not because life gave him a path, but because he created one. You can too. Not by dreaming, but by deciding. Not by waiting, but by moving. The world doesn't reward ideas. It rewards execution. So don't just want it. Don't just talk about it. Force yourself to make it real. Day by day, brick by brick. No one is coming to save you. It's on you now. Start building. Here's a truth most people never want to admit. The gap between your dreams and your reality is discipline. Not luck, not talent, discipline. And Elon Musk understands that better than anyone. That's why he doesn't just rely on vision, he relentlessly executes. If you're serious about achieving everything you desire, you have to develop the mindset that says, I will do it, no matter what. Let this sink in. Your emotions are lying to you. Your brain is wired to avoid discomfort, to choose the easy path, to protect you from pain. But success lives in pain. It's born in sacrifice, grown in struggle, and forged in discomfort. That's why Elon doesn't seek ease, he embraces the grind. In fact, when asked how he manages to keep going despite all the failures, the stress, and the personal toll, Musk responded, I don't ever give up. I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated. That's not just a quote, that's a standard. It's a refusal to quit, even when everything around you says you should. Ask yourself right now, How many times have you quit when it got hard? How many times have you backed down when fear showed up? Musk doesn't see fear as a stop sign. He sees it as a signal to proceed. That's what separates the elite performers from the average ones. Not talent, but mindset. Think about it. Elon Musk built companies in some of the hardest industries in the world: aerospace, energy, automotive, artificial intelligence. He didn't choose the easy route. He chose the impossible route and then forced himself to find a way through. That's the formula. Seek out hard things, push through resistance. Don't retreat, expand. But here's the secret most people miss. Forcing yourself doesn't mean burning out. It means disciplining your mind to stay on course. It means building systems that operate even when you're tired, unmotivated, or overwhelmed. Musk doesn't rely on random inspiration, he relies on process. He sets uncomfortably high goals, breaks them into parts, and then attacks each piece without hesitation. When everyone else is still talking about what they're planning to do, he's already deep into execution. That's why he wins. He doesn't wait for momentum, he creates it. And you can too. But you have to stop listening to that voice in your head that says, maybe later. That's the voice that kills dreams. You've heard it before. The voice that says, you deserve a break. Or, you're not ready yet. Or, let's wait for the right time. That voice is a liar. And the longer you listen, the further you drift from the life you actually want. Musk's internal voice is different. It says, this is hard, good, let's go anyway. His focus is brutal. His urgency is real. He doesn't let time slip through his fingers. And you shouldn't either. Because every hour you waste is an hour you could have been building your future. Time is not infinite. It's the most valuable currency you have. Spend it wisely. Here's something else Musk does that most people won't. He makes decisions fast. While others agonize for weeks, Elon commits, tests, and adapts. That speed of execution gives him an unbeatable advantage. Why? Because the world rewards decisive action, not perfection progress. So don't wait until it's perfect. Don't wait until you feel ready. Take the shot now. Make the move now. Force yourself to begin and figure it out as you go. That's what Elon does. He says, starting a company is like eating glass and staring into the abyss. But he does it anyway, because the pain of growth is always better than the pain of regret. You've got a choice to make. Right now, you can keep living at 60% of your potential, comfortable, safe, and slowly dying inside. Or you can flip the switch. Decide that from this day forward, you will demand more from yourself. Not once a year, not once a week. Daily. Set goals so high they scare you. Wake up earlier than you want to. Work longer than you feel like. Build habits that reinforce your future, not your excuses. When it's hard, smile. When it's slow, keep moving. When it hurts, go harder. Musk's results aren't the result of genius, they're the result of insane consistency. It's not the big moves that change your life, it's the relentless small ones that compound over time. You want everything you desire? Then force yourself to become the kind of person who earns it. Because Elon Musk isn't different from you. He's just more obsessed, more focused, more disciplined. And that's something you can choose starting now. Why do so many people fail to achieve their dreams? It's not because they're incapable. It's because they never develop the endurance to keep going after the excitement wears off. That's the difference. And Elon Musk? He doesn't just start fast, finishes stronger. When others burn out, he builds momentum. When they slow down, he accelerates. That's what it means to force yourself, not just to begin, but to persist until the job is done. Let's face it, motivation is fleeting. Inspiration comes and goes. But discipline? That's a muscle. And Musk trained his like an elite athlete. He doesn't care how he feels. He doesn't ask for permission. He doesn't indulge in doubt. He wakes up and does the work every single day. And make no mistake, his journey is not glamorous behind the scenes. It's not flashy boardrooms and first-class flights. It's all-nighters. It's sleeping on the Tesla factory floor so he can personally oversee production. It's surviving on stress and caffeine while launching rockets into orbit. It's pushing his body and mind past what most people would consider breaking point. But here's the real secret. He chose that pain. He embraced it. He understood something most people don't. Growth is uncomfortable by design. If you're chasing comfort, you're running away from greatness. Elon knew that from the start, and you need to know it now. You don't become world-class by doing what's easy. You become world-class by doing what's necessary, especially when it's hard, inconvenient, and exhausting. And the only way to do that is to force yourself through the mental resistance that tells you to quit. You know that voice, the one that whispers, "Just skip today. You've done enough. It's okay to slow down." That voice is your enemy. And every time you give in, you build a habit of weakness. But when you fight it, when you override it, you forge something greater. You become unstoppable. Elon doesn't listen to that voice. He listens to his mission. And if his mission demands 100 hours of work this week, he gives it 110. Not because he's superhuman, but because he refuses to let emotions dictate his destiny. And here's something else most people don't understand. Elon doubts himself all the time, but he still moves forward, he still launches, he still builds. Because fear doesn't disappear, it just gets quieter when you drown it out with action. Action is the cure. That's the key. Are you stuck in your life? Move. Are you anxious about the future? Take action. Are you afraid of failing? Take bigger action. Musk doesn't let fear paralyze him. He buries fear under a mountain of effort. You must do the same. Don't overthink. Don't overplan. Just move. Because progress isn't about perfection, it's about relentless execution. One small win after another, one brick at a time. That's how Elon builds. That's how you will build. And over time, those bricks become walls. Those walls become fortresses. And that fortress becomes your empire. But none of it will happen until you force yourself to stop negotiating with your goals. Stop making excuses. Stop delaying. Stop compromising. You are not here to live a half-life. You're here to dominate, to create, to push boundaries like Musk does. And that kind of life demands everything from you. Your time, your energy, your focus. So ask yourself, are you willing to pay the price? Because Elon was, and still is. He could retire 100 times over, but he won't, because comfort was never the goal. Impact was. Legacy, purpose. That's the real prize. So what's stopping you? Not the world, not your background, not your education, you. The moment you realize that, you take your power back. And when you do, you'll understand that the life you desire is not waiting for you. It's waiting for who you're willing to become. Force yourself to wake up earlier, to outwork everyone in the room, to build when no one's watching, to keep going when nobody believes. That is how you win. That is how you become undeniable. Elon Musk didn't just build companies, built himself. And now, it's your turn. What if the world doesn't believe in you? What if every person around you laughs at your goals, doubts your plan, and tells you it can't be done? That's not failure, that's fuel. And Elon Musk? He's been there. Ridiculed, rejected, misunderstood. Yet he never waited for approval. He forced himself for Wardavan when the world was against him. Because here's the harsh truth. If you need validation, you're already losing. Musk didn't build Tesla to impress people. He built it to solve a problem. When experts said it couldn't scale, he proved them wrong. When investors backed out, he doubled down. And when everyone expected him to bet everything on one last rocket, that's the mindset you need to adopt. It's you against your limits. Not the haters, not the critics. You. Your desire must be stronger than their doubt. Your vision must be louder than their noise. Your actions must be so relentless, so undeniable, that no one can ignore what you're building, even if they want to. When Elon was questioned about taking on seemingly impossible challenges, he said something simple but powerful. If something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it. Let that sink in. He's not talking about comfort. He's not talking about probability. He's talking about purpose. That's what makes the difference. Elon doesn't chase trends, he chases missions. And that's what you must do too. Because when your mission is clear, the pain becomes irrelevant. The delays, tolerable, the rejection, expected, the criticism, just background noise. You've got to stop waiting for perfect conditions. You've got to stop playing small because someone else doesn't see your potential. Force yourself to act like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Every second you spend stuck in fear or indecision is a second you could have spent building your future. Elon didn't wait for someone to say go. He said it to himself, over and over again. Even when he was broke, even when failure was knocking at the door, he moved. And here's the part no one talks about. Musk failed more than he succeeded. Rockets exploded, cars were delayed, profits vanished. But he never stopped, because to Elon, failure isn't final. It's feedback. It's progress in disguise. That's the muscle you must develop, the ability to stare failure in the face and still show up the next day. It's not about never falling. It's about never staying down. Think about your own life right now. What goal are you waiting on? What dream have you buried because it felt too risky? What excuse have you made sound so rational that even you started to believe it? Elon wouldn't buy your excuse. And deep down, you shouldn't either, because the person you want to become is already inside you. It's not a fantasy, it's a choice. A series of choices made daily. Wake up early or hit snooze. Make the call or delay again. Push through or give in. Each decision is a vote for who you are and who you're becoming. And every time you choose the harder path, the disciplined path, the uncomfortable path, you get closer to the life you desire. Not because it's easier, but because you're stronger. Elon Musk isn't a superhero. He's a man who decided that greatness was non-negotiable. That comfort was a trap. That purpose was the only compass worth following. He forced himself to rise again and again until the world had no choice but to watch. Now, it's your turn. Stop waiting, stop wondering, stop hoping, build, execute, persist, get obsessed, get disciplined, and force yourself to become everything they said you couldn't. The world doesn't need more wishers. It needs warriors, doers, builders. The future is written by those who move, so move. There comes a point in your journey where pushing harder isn't just a strategy, it becomes a necessity. A moment when the obstacles pile up and your mind whispers, maybe it's not worth it. That's the turning point. And for Elon Musk, those moments weren't rare, they were constant. But he kept going. Not because it was easy, but because he refused to live a life dictated by limits. Think about that for a second. What are the limits you've accepted? The ceilings you've built over yourself? I'm not smart enough. It's too late for me. I don't have the money. Elon had every reason to believe those same lies. Born in South Africa, bullied as a child, slept in the office, lost everything more than once. But instead of giving in, he used those setbacks as fuel. He forced himself to rise above every excuse. And that's the shift you need to make today. You don't need the world to change. You don't need perfect timing. You need one thing, a decision. A decision that says, no matter how I feel, I move forward. Discipline over doubt, action over anxiety. Musk doesn't waste energy on self-pity. He doesn't complain about how hard it is. He already knows it's hard. That's why he moves faster, thinks deeper, works longer. He embraces the grind because that's the price of greatness. You have to get this. Pressure doesn't break you. Avoiding pressure does. The longer you stay in your comfort zone, the more you become a prisoner of your own potential. Elon broke out of that zone a long time ago. He thrives in chaos. He walks into impossible problems and builds solutions from scratch. Take SpaceX. When his first 3 rocket launches failed, he had one chance left. One. And with all eyes watching, all critics waiting, all hope nearly gone, he launched again. And this time, it worked. That single success saved the company, changed his legacy, and rewrote history. Because he didn't stop. He forced himself to stay in the game one launch longer than most would dare. How many times have you quit just before the breakthrough? How many times have you stopped when things got heavy, not knowing the finish line was just a little further? That's why the winners always look like outliers. They just stayed in the fight longer. You need to become that kind of fighter. The kind who doesn't measure effort by the hour, but by the impact. The kind who doesn't count failures, only lessons. The kind who doesn't wait for a perfect moment to act because they know every moment wasted is a moment lost forever. Elon once said, persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. That is the core of his strategy. He doesn't look for easy winch trains for long wars. And that's what you need to do if you want everything you desire. And here's something no one tells you. Success is often boring. It's not fireworks and applause. It's repetition. It's systems. It's forcing yourself to do the right thing again and again and again without shortcuts, without hype. Elon understands that. And if you study him, you'll see it's not about explosive genius, it's about consistent execution. If you want the life most people only dream of, you need to outwork, outthink, and outlast them. Show up when it's hard, double down when you're tired. Make moves even when no one's watching. That's how you earn results that can't be ignored. You must become a machine not of cold, emotionless output, but of unshakable commitment. That's what Elon represents. Commitment so deep, even failure becomes irrelevant. Because when you're committed at that level, failure is just part of the climb, not the end of the road. The problem isn't that most people fail. The problem is that most people stop trying. So don't stop. Not now, not ever. Whatever it takes, do it. Whatever stands in your way, face it. Whatever weakness you have, eliminate it. Your future self is counting on you. The life you want is waiting, but it's not coming to find you. You have to go get it, and the only way you'll ever have it is to force yourself to become the person who earns it. You say you want success. You say you want freedom. You say you want to change the world. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Your actions are the only proof that you mean it. Words are cheap. Belief is easy. It's what you do, especially when no one's watching, that defines your future. And Elon Musk? He mastered this principle early on. He doesn't talk about effort. He embodies it. He doesn't just plan executes like his life depends on it. Because it does, and yours does too. Maybe not in the dramatic way of launching rockets or building cars, but in the quiet, daily war between who you are and who you're becoming. That's where the real battle happens, and that's where most people lose. Elon wins because he removes the option to fail. Not because he can't fail, but because he refuses to stop. He stacks so many actions, so much volume, so much forward motion, that failure becomes just another part of the formula, not the end. Look at the way he works. When others pause, he pushes. When others reflect, he advances. When others take a break, he builds. That's not obsession. That's ownership. He owns his mission, he owns his output, and he owns his future. You want to get everything you desire? Then own your results. If it's not working, don't blame, adjust. If you're tired, push through. If you're confused, learn faster. No one's coming to save you. And Elon never waited for anyone. He created momentum from nothing, and so can you. But you need to let go of this idea that life should feel easy. Elon doesn't wake up looking for comfort. He doesn't design his day around what feels good. He designs it around what produces results. There's a difference. And that difference is everything. Most people operate in emotional mode. I don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood. I'll wait until I'm inspired. Elon? He operates in decision mode. He decides what must be done, and he does it. That's power. That's maturity. That's how you separate yourself from 99% of the world. And if you really want what you say you want, you'll need to adopt the same mindset. You'll need to force yourself to take action even when you feel like quitting. You'll need to build discipline like a weapon, sharp, dependable, deadly to every excuse. Because every time you say, "Not today," you kill a part of your dream. But every time you move forward, no matter how small, you build belief. That's the irony. Most people wait for belief to act. Elon acts until belief shows up. That's how you win. That's how you change everything. And here's the key. Start small, but move fast. Speed matters. Momentum matters. Elon makes decisions faster than most people make excuses. Why? Because speed kills doubt. The longer you wait, the heavier the fear becomes. But the moment you move, you take back control. And control is what this is really about. Control over your time, your choices, your future. Musk doesn't let the world dictate who he becomes. He chooses every day, every hour, with every sacrifice he makes. And so must you. Ask yourself right now, what are you doing today that gets you closer to your goals? What habit are you building? What lie are you killing? What action are you taking regardless of how you feel? If the answer is nothing, then it's time to get brutally honest with yourself. Desire without discipline is delusion. Wanting without working is fantasy. But if you're ready to force yourself into greatness, here's what it takes. Wake up earlier than you want to. Say no to distractions. Make your health non-negotiable. Learn when others are relaxing. Build when others are talking. Deliver results when others are making excuses. You are not average. So stop acting like you are. Elon Musk didn't wait for permission. He didn't beg for support. He didn't need the world to agree with him. He decided who he was going to be, and then he became it. Relentlessly, boldly, without apology. Now it's your move. You can keep dreaming, or you can start doing. Force yourself, because the life you want won't wait forever. What if I told you the difference between the life you have And the life you want is not your intelligence, your circumstances, or even your talent. It's your threshold for discomfort. Most people dream. Few execute. Why? Because the road to desire is paved with discomfort, setbacks, and self-doubt. Elon Musk didn't build Tesla, SpaceX, or Neuralink because it was fun or easy. He built them because he was willing to do what most people won't: sacrifice comfort for a cause, security for a dream, and popularity for purpose. You say you want everything you desire, but have you earned the right to receive it? That's the real question. You don't get what you want. You get what you tolerate. Elon tolerates pressure that would break most people. He tolerates failure that would humiliate most. He tolerates risk, criticism, fatigue, and uncertainty. And that's why he wins. Because the bigger your dreams, the more resistance you'll face. Most people hit resistance and stop. Elon hits resistance and accelerates. Because he understands a secret that few people grasp. Resistance is the signal that you're on the right path. It means you're growing. It means you're stepping into territory most will never enter. So here's the truth you need to hear today. You must stop negotiating with your potential. Your mind will try to talk you out of what you're capable of. It will whisper, "You've done enough. Take it easy. You're tired." Elon doesn't listen to that voice. He listens to the vision. He listens to the mission. He listens to the version of himself he's trying to become, and he obeys that voice, not the weaker one. You want everything you desire? Then become obedient to your vision. Let it direct your actions. Let it override your excuses. Let it reshape how you spend every single day. Because your life is a reflection of what you repeatedly do, not what you occasionally wish for. And here's where people misunderstand Musk the most. They think he's a genius, or lucky, or simply born different. But if you look closely, you'll see the truth. Elon Musk became successful because he outlasted failure. He bet everything twice. He went broke after selling PayPal. He poured his fortune into SpaceX and Tesla. When both nearly collapsed, he didn't quit. He doubled down. He slept on the floor of the factory. He stared bankruptcy in the face and kept going. That's what it takes. You have to be willing to endure. You have to force yourself to go further than you want to. And that's not motivation, it's identity. Elon doesn't work hard because he's motivated. He works hard because it's who he is. So who are you becoming? You cannot get everything you desire while acting like the same person who's always come up short. You must upgrade your habits, your beliefs, your circle, your mindset, and your grind. You must look at your current limitations and declare war on them. This is not about hustle for the sake of hustle. It's about alignment. Aligning your actions with your vision, aligning your time with your purpose, aligning your discomfort with your destiny. There will be days you want to give up. That's a promise. But on those days, look at Elon. Not to idolize him, but to remind yourself what's possible when a human being refuses to settle. Because this isn't just about money, or success, or recognition. It's about becoming the version of yourself who doesn't break when life gets hard. The version who keeps promises to themselves. The version who finishes what they start. That's what Elon Musk does. And that's what you must do. So here's your challenge starting today. Stop hesitating. Stop doubting. Stop waiting for the right time. There is no right time. There is only right now. You want everything you desire? Then stop acting like it's optional. Show up every day like your dream depends on it, because it does. Train your body like your energy depends on it, because it does. Speak your truth like your life depends on it, because it does. Elon Musk didn't become a symbol of innovation because he played it safe. He became one because he acted decisively, relentlessly, and fearlessly. Now it's your turn. Force yourself to rise. Force yourself to endure. Force yourself to become the person who gets everything they desire. You already have the power. Now you need the will. Thanks for watching my video. If you found it helpful or inspiring, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your one comment can motivate us to create even better content. Stay curious, keep learning, and never stop growing. See you in the next video.